If you're trying to upgrade your home in Weber County in 2026 and you don't understand this, you'll overpay. Most buyers already are. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how families are upgrading into brand new homes without stretching their budget and how to know if it works for you. If you're watching this, there's a good chance your current home technically works, but it doesn't really fit your life anymore. Maybe your family has grown. Maybe your work from home situation has changed. Maybe you're just tired of forcing your lifestyle into a space that was never designed for where you are now. At the same time, you're probably hearing a lot of conflicting advice out there. People telling you it's a bad time to upgrade. People saying new construction is overpriced. People saying you should wait until rates drop or prices fall or the market makes sense again. And I want to slow all of that noise down because what I'm seeing on the ground in Weber County is very different from the headlines, from all that noise. The families who are upgrading successfully right now are not trying to time the perfect market. They're not guessing interest rates. They're not chasing the cheapest listing. They're actually understanding how equity, incentives, and inventory actually work together as one. And they're making calm, informed decisions instead of emotional ones. And my goal in this video is not to convince you to move, but to actually give you some clarity. So by the end of this, you'll understand why most move-up buyers overpay, why areas like West Haven are quietly more buyer-friendly than most people expect, and how to tell before you ever tour a home whether upgrading actually makes sense for you and your situation. Later on in the video, I'll also explain when upgrading is actually not the right move, because that matters just as much. Most families think upgrading starts with house shopping. They scroll listings. They imagine their furniture in new rooms. They mentally move in before they ever fully understand the actual numbers. And that's where problems start, because once you emotionally commit to a house, the math becomes something you try to justify instead of actually evaluate. What usually happens is this: a family assumes their current home will sell for around a certain number. They estimate their new payment based off of best case scenarios and assumptions. They move forward, hoping everything lines up, but then reality shows up. Taxes are higher than expected. Insurance costs are more than expected. The actual sale nets less than expected. And suddenly, that upgrade that felt exciting starts to feel tight. This is why smart move-up buyers don't shop for houses first. They shop payment difference and equity reality first, not the purchase price, not the list price, but the gap between where they are now and where they're going. When you start there, you stop asking, can I afford this house? And you start asking, does this upgrade actually improve my life without increasing stress? That shift alone saves families massive amounts of money. And this is exactly where new construction becomes misunderstood. When people hear the words new construction, they usually picture high prices, no flexibility, and long timelines. Sometimes that's true, but in Weber County, right now, especially in West Haven, we're in a very specific window where builders are competing quietly through incentives rather than price cuts. That means instead of dropping the list price, they're offering things like rate buy-down, closing cost credits, and structural upgrades that dramatically change the monthly payment. Most move-up buyers don't feel the purchase price. They feel the actual monthly payment. So when you walk through a new construction home in the low to mid 500s, you're not just looking at finishes. You're looking at how the home functions for daily life, layouts that actually work for families, energy efficiency that lowers long-term costs, less immediate maintenance compared to an older home. When incentives are layered correctly, the payment difference between your current home and your new home is often far smaller than people actually expect. That's why some families are upgrading without feeling like they're stretching, because the deal structure is doing the work, not their cash. But this only works if you apply the right filter first. Before any family I work with seriously tours homes, we walk through 3 questions. The first question is about equity, but not in a hopeful way. It's about what your home would realistically net if you sold it today, after fees, after costs, after reality, because that number determines whether an upgrade feels light or heavy. The second question is about lifestyle, not bedrooms and bathrooms, but friction. Are you reducing daily stress or just buying newer walls? Commutes, layout flow, storage, how your family actually lives in the space. If the upgrade doesn't noticeably reduce friction, it's usually not worth the move. The third question is about incentives. If incentives disappeared tomorrow, would the deal still make sense? If the answer is no, that doesn't automatically mean it's bad, but it tells you how dependent the upgrade is on today's conditions. When all three align, upgrading feels calm instead of stressful. This part actually surprises people. Upgrading is not always the right move. Sometimes staying put and improving what you already have actually makes more sense. Sometimes waiting another year dramatically improves your actual position. Sometimes the lifestyle gain just isn't there yet. The goal isn't to move. The goal is to support your life instead of complicating it. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Most people overpay because they rush. Clarity always beats timing. If you want help running the numbers for your specific situation, you can reach out and I'll walk you through it with no pressure, just clarity. If you want to see what different price points actually look like across Weber County, the next video breaks it down in detail. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss it.